Hi everyone, welcome to this class. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria, and in this practice, we'll be working to find more room to breathe in the body. So we'll be opening up the ribs, opening up the side lines of the body, as well as the heart space and the chest, so that we can really breathe to full capacity and clear away any little knots or tension within the breath itself. So you just need yourself and some place to move today, and whenever you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start from Sukhasana. So find your way here to a seated position. Check that your sitting bones are wide and anchored, and then just let your knees fall open. Palms can face up on your thighs or down, whatever feels comfortable for you today, and start to let your eyes fall closed. As the eyes close, allow this to be your chance to shift your awareness in a more internal direction, coming away from your day so far and allowing yourself to just arrive here with your body. Begin the practice of listening internally and see what arises as you check in with your physical body. Notice any tension that you can drop right away, maybe around the shoulders or the neck, or even in the face. And check in with the qualities of your breath as you arrive here. Is the breath shallow? Is it deep? In what areas of your body do you feel breath moving? And do you notice any sticky spots through the inhalations or through the exhalations? Sometimes it might feel like a catching of the breath, or just sort of like a hindrance in the smooth stream of the breath. So just notice and try not to judge or attach any labels to what you're feeling, but just be curious about it. And then really gradually start to take some deeper breaths. See if you can imagine in your mind's eye the lungs filling with air and filling all the way to their full capacity. And then let every exhalation be a chance to continue dropping tension and to continue dropping your awareness more internally. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And for the next few rounds of breath seated here, try to feel the breath filling up the four sides of the torso. So front side, back side, and then even the sides of the body, expanding between the ribs, and again, filling to the tops of the lungs. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Last couple breaths here. Become so immersed in all of the sensations and really observe any little spaces of tension or tightness, especially here into the chest or between the ribs. Keep your eyes closed. Just send your right fingertips out beside you off of your mat. When you breathe in, root through both sitting bones evenly. Stretch your left fingertips up to the sky. Grow really long through both sides of your waist. When you breathe out, take a little arc up and over toward the right, hugging in through your right side body, but keep drawing your left shoulder down your back and really feel the flowing of the breath through your left ribs. Try to focus less on the depth of the pose externally and more on the depth of your breath. How much room can you create for the breath? Next inhalation, press down, rise through the center. Left fingertips go off the mat beside you. Breathing in, reach up through your right arm and through your right side body. And then with the exhale breath, start that arc up and over toward the left. Feel where the breath moves. Hug in a little more through your left waist so that your right side body can expand and breathe. Press down, come up through the center. You can keep your eyes closed or blink them open, whatever you want to do. Place your palms onto your thighs. Take a breath in and start to reach from the back of your heart forward. So the front of the rib cage expands. You can turn your eyes up to the sky and just glide your spine a little side to side here. When your exhale breath comes, draw from your sternum back towards your spine, closing your ribs. And again, make some little lateral glides here, side to side, sending the breath now into the back body. Good. From here, just roll over your shins and find your way up onto hands and knees. Spread into your fingers. We'll keep playing through some rib cage movements. We'll just start with lateral glides. So move your ribs over toward the left side of the mat. And as you do, feel the hugging in through your right waist. There's like a compression of your right ribs so that the left ribs can expand. And then switch, glide the rib cage over toward the right, closing off the left side body, and breathe through your right ribs. Now, go at your own pace. Just keep moving side to side, and let the opening process be gradual. And see how thoroughly you can feel everything that is moving, all the spaces that the breath is traveling to, and feel into the simultaneous contraction and expansion between the two sides of the body. And begin to come back to a center point once you've evened out your sides. And then just start to melt the rib cage toward the earth so that they open. Draw the tips of your shoulder blades together. Soften your low belly a little. Take a breath in here. And then breathe out, soften even more from the back of the heart down, and rock your rib cage a little side to side, gliding left and right. Now begin to press down into your palms. Get rounded into your upper back and close your ribs. Think like a cat pose, and rock here a little side to side, breathing through your back space, breathing through the backs of the ribs. Good. Now just go back and forth between these two positions, opening the ribs, maybe adding some circular movement or side to side, lateral glides, and then pressing down to round your spine a little, squeezing in through the fronts of the ribs, and again, maybe adding some little rocks side to side. Just a couple times, and then maybe eventually this moves into like a full rib cage circle, going in one direction and then the other direction. Give yourself a little moment to explore intuitive movement here. When you're ready, find a neutral spine. With an inhale breath, take a cow pose. So soften your belly, lift your tailbone to the sky, draw forward on your heart, and lift your eyes up. When you breathe out, press down, round your spine, get hollow in your core, and feel the breath moving into your back body as you compress the front body tightly. Again, inhaling, arch your back. Pull the breath up into your chest as you reach your heart forward and lift your eyes. And then breathe out, press down, round your spine, swallow in through your core, hug your inner thighs a little toward one another and drop your head. Again, inhale, arching the back. Exhale, round and curl through your spine. Start to come back to a neutral, steady tabletop. Tuck your toes behind you, breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, press down, lift your knees, and send your hips to the sky. Finding our first downward facing dog of the practice. Now again, close your eyes and try to focus less on the external expression of the pose, on what it looks like, and really just see how much you can feel the breath and feel where the breath is moving through your body. Feel also for points where the breath is sticking and see if you can smooth it out there, just with your mindful awareness. Feel into the backs of the ribs. Let them expand with your inhalations. And with your exhalations, micro-bend your knees, tilt your sitting bones a little more toward the sky, creating space into your lower back. Drive down into your palms, into your thumbs, into your index fingers, and all of the other finger pads, root them. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhalation, start to look forward to your thumbs. When you breathe out, travel to the top of your mat and we'll land in a ragdoll fold. Toes behind the wrists. Bend your knees deeply and just let everything hang heavy here, resting the chest and the belly onto the thighs, softening from the base of the neck all the way down through the top of your head. Reach for opposite elbows and feel the extended space through the sides of the body. Then glide left and right with your spine. Let your toes get bright, spreading them, lifting them, just playing through the positioning of the feet and the shifting of weight on the feet. And then just drop here, one more breath. Plug down into your toes, squeeze in through your core, and slowly round your spine, coming all the way up to standing. Let your head rise very last at the top, and then feel your shoulders travel down your back. On your next inhalation, root through your feet, reach your arms wide to the side, and then all the way up overhead. Look to the sky. When you breathe out, just draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Close your eyes. Take a really full breath in here through your nose. Full breath out through your nose or your mouth, whatever you need. Eyes open, palms down beside you. Breathe in, reach wide and reach up. Breathe out, take a big dive down with a long spine, coming into a forward fold. Try to let go of all your air. With your next inhalation, inflate your spine, stretching forward through the crown of your head and back through your tailbone, halfway lift. When you breathe out, place your palms to the mat, step back into a plank. From your plank, take a deep inhalation, squeezing in through your core, but stretching out through your spine. When you breathe out, micro bend your elbows, micro bend your knees. Glide your hips up, back, and toward the right side of the mat. As the hips go right, allow your heels to pivot right as well. Now see if you can press your left heel down and lift your right heel. So the whole sole of the left foot is rooting flat, big toe is rooting. There's a hugging in through your right side body and an opening in the left side. Send your butt a little bit back in space. Press down and forward into your palms. Breathe in. Breathe out and just pivot back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, round your spine, and come forward into a high plank position. Then when you breathe out, micro bend elbows and knees. Send your hips up, back, and toward the left side of the mat. Let your heels spiral toward the left. Press down into the knife edge of your right foot so it's parallel to the back of your mat. Then root your right big toe and your right heel. Left heel can stay lifted. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your left side body. Turn your eyes under your right arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your heels, and just come back into downward facing dog as you exhale. Breathe in, look forward to your thumbs. Breathe out and travel to a fold at the top of your mat. Let's bring the feet together this time. Take an inhalation, halfway lift through your spine. When you breathe out, just bow down, forward fold, chest to the thighs, crown of head reaching toward your toes. With your next inhale breath, bend your knees deeply, sit your hips low and back, and then stretch your fingertips all the way up to the sky, coming into a chair pose. When you breathe out, sink into your shoulders, soften through your hips. Squeeze your belly button to your spine. Keep your core engagement, but keep your breath full, sending the breath through the ribs, through the heart. Inhale here. When you exhale, just fold down. Fingertips to the earth. Next inhalation, glide your left leg to the back of your mat as you reach the crown of your head forward. So it's like a halfway lift, but extending into the back leg at the same time. When you breathe out, bend your right knee deeply and step your left toes softly to the back of your space, and then sink your left knee to the earth. Now inhale and float your fingertips up to the sky, coming into a kneeling warrior, Anjaneyasana. When you breathe out, bring your arms through a cactus position, like you're pulling something heavy down from the sky, and then interlace your fingers now at the base of your spine. Maybe drawing the heels of the hands to touch. Micro bend your elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades to the back of your heart.
Now press into your big toes, squeeze your inner thighs toward one another, open your chest and allow your hips to melt down and forward any amount. Really try to hug in through the lines of your waist so that more breath is moving up into your chest. Keep it feeling sweet in your lower back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Unwind, neutralize your spine, place your palms flat to the mat. Lift your left knee, take a breath in, glide your hips back in space and stretch your right leg more towards straight. As you breathe out, press into your palms, pick up your right foot and step softly back into downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Breathe in, lift your heels, round your spine and come forward into a high plank. Now when you breathe out, claw into your fingertips, bend your elbows lower halfway, chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Inhale, press down and rise up into a cobra pose. Stretching from the back of your heart forward, lift your eyes. When you breathe out, belly button to spine, drive your hips up, back, and toward the right. Pivot your heels to the right. Sink your left heel, keep your right heel lifted. Now with your next inhale breath, stay here, or you can start to cactus your left elbow up toward the sky. Press into what's connected to the earth to squeeze more through your right side body. Take one more breath in and see if you can maybe reach your left fingertips all the way over your head toward the top of your mat. Breathing out, revolve back into downward facing dog, left palm to the mat, hips to the sky. Inhale, look to your thumbs. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, finding a fold, feet together. Breathe in, really feel the inhalation traveling through your spine, inner thighs back, crown of head forward. Exhale, forward fold, bowing in. Next inhalation, Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips, and stretch your fingertips up to the sky, chair pose. When you exhale, sit just a little deeper, soften through the shoulders, soften the eye gaze. Feel your inhale breath. Exhale, bow down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Fingertips root, breathe in. Stretch your right toes to the back of your mat. Extend forward through the crown of your head. As you breathe out, bend your left knee deeply. Reach your right toes long and back behind you. And then softly place them to the back of your mat and sink your right knee to the earth. With your inhalation, float your arms up to the sky, coming into a kneeling warrior position. When you breathe out, cactus your elbows, energize through your fingertips, and then circle the arms down and around to the base of the spine. Interlace your fingers, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together. Begin to sit your hips down and forward, but keep a lifting in and up through your pelvic floor and through your low belly. Take just a little baby back bend here. Let it be a back bend that's curling from your thoracic spine, from your middle back. Eyes can look up toward the sky, just feeling the breath here. Feel all the places that the breath is touching and expanding and creating space. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Pull your feet toward one another. Release the grip of your fingers. Place your palms flat to the mat to frame your left foot. Breathing in, pick up your right knee and glide your hips a little bit back in space, stretching left leg straight-ish. Then as you breathe out, press down, grip the mat with your fingertips. Use your core, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. Lift your heels, round your spine, and come forward into a high plank. When you breathe out, lower chaturanga, elbows tight to the ribs. Inhale to find upward facing dog. Press into your toenails, lift up through your heart, lift up through your eyes. Breathing out, hug in through your core. Glide your hips up, back, and toward the left. Pivoting your heels to the left, place your right heel down, knife edge of the right foot aligned with the back of your mat. Now stay or grip into your left fingertips and start to cactus your right elbow toward the sky so right side body stacks on top of the left side. Compress the space from your left hip to your left base of the rib cage. And then maybe reach your right fingertips all the way over your ear and feel how much space you're creating in your right side body. Breathing in. Breathing out, right palm down. Pivot your heels back to parallel and find downward facing dog. Take a full inhale breath here through your nose. Press the exhalation into the earth, breathing out of your nose. Again, inhale. Exhale. Next breath in, look forward. Breathing out, travel to the top of the mat, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift to elongate. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Next breath in, bend your knees, sink your hips low and back, and start to stretch your fingertips all the way up to the sky, coming into chair pose. When you breathe out, sit just a little bit deeper. See if you can brighten your toes, sending more of the weight back into your heels. Take one more breath in here. When you breathe out, bow down, forward fold, chest to your thighs, crown of head reaching to your toes. Breathe into a halfway lift, and as you do, stretch your left leg long and back behind you, standing L. When you breathe out, bend your right knee deeply, this time left toes stepping to the back of the mat, aligning for warrior one as you transition. Sink your left heel down, root into the knife edge of your foot. Then with your inhale, press through both feet, rise to standing here. See if you can spiral your left hip forward, close the space of the waistlines a little. Imagine you have like tight drawstring pants on, and then sending the breath up into your chest, sink a little deeper into the lunge in your front leg. Breathing in here. Breathing out, circle your arms to the base of the spine, fingertips interlaced there. Breathe in, send the breath again even more into your heart, lean a little bit back. And then when you breathe out, bow into a humble warrior. Hug your outer right hip toward the midline of your body. Bring your right shoulder inside of the knee and drop your head fully. And then see how much you can stretch your fists up toward the sky. Let the back of the neck soften and feel where the breath is moving. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhalation, halfway lift through your spine. Lift your left heel, press down so much into the right foot that the left leg glides up and back, coming into an airplane pose, but keeping the fingers interlaced behind you. Hug in through your core and allow the balance to calibrate here. Smooth out your breath. Full inhalation. Full exhalation, release the grip of the hands. Softly step your left foot down beside your right one and bring your palms to prayer at heart center. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Next breath in, bend your knees, sink your hips low and back, and stretch your fingertips up to the sky, chair pose. Breathing out, spiral your pinkies forward and your thumbs back, sink into your hips. One more breath in. And breathe out, bow down, folding forward over your legs, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, standing L, right leg glides back behind you, stretch out through your spine. Breathing out, bend your left knee deeply. Reach your right toes to the back of your mat and see how softly you can step into your warrior one alignment. With your inhale breath, press down and rise to standing with equal weight in both feet. Sink your right heel. Send your right hip forward, left hip a little bit back in space. Feel the breath. Begin to circle your fingertips down and around to the base of your spine. Interlace them there. Breathe in to open up into the chest, into the heart. Breathing out, humble warrior. Bow down, left shoulder inside of your knee. Relaxing the back of the neck. Relaxing through your face, through your jaw. Feel the sweetness of the breath. Inhale. Feel the release of the exhale. Breathe in, take a halfway lift. Lift your right heel off the ground. Then start to press forward into your left foot, root into your left big toe, and launch up into airplane pose, keeping the knuckles and the fists stretching back. Spread your right toes and spread forward through your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out, press down, rise to standing, release the grip of the fingers, softly place your right foot beside your left one and bring palms to prayer at heart center. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Reach your arms wide and up to the sky. Look up. Breathing out, bow down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift, iron out through your spine. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step your feet back to plank. Breathe in, lean forward, shoulders over wrists. Breathe out, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Reach from the back of your heart forward, lift your eyes. Breathing out, belly button to spine, hips glide up, back, and toward the right. Spin your heels to the right, sink your left heel, keep your right heel lifting. Now press into your right fingertips, start to cactus your left elbow, stacking left side body on top of the right. Bend a little more into your left knee so you can really dig down into the knife edge of the foot. See if you can attach the inside of your right foot to your left inner thigh. Then maybe stretch the left leg more straight and start to reach your right fingertips over your ear. Big side body opening. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step both feet down. Spin your heels to face the back of the mat and come into down dog. Inhale. Lift your heels, round your spine. Come forward into a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Reach through your heart. Breathe out, hips to the sky, moving up, back, and toward the left. Heels pivot left. Right heel digs down. Left heel lifts. Then breathing in, cactus your right elbow and stack the right side of your body on top of the left. Hug your shoulder blades together. Bend a little more into your right knee. See if you can pick up your left leg off the ground and attach the sole or the inside of your foot to the inner right thigh. Breathing in, stretch your right fingertips all the way forward. And as you breathe out, pivot back into downward facing dog, hips going high. Really good. Take a breath in. Clearing breath out of your mouth, sigh, let it go. One more time, inhale. Big sigh. Lift your heels, sink your knees to the mat. We're gonna walk out into Anahatasana, puppy pose, heart melting pose. So knees staying stacked over the hips, untuck your toes, pressing the tops of the feet down, crawl your fingertips forward, and come down maybe onto your forehead, or maybe all the way down onto the chest and the chin. Really feel from the back of your heart that there's a melting, there's a releasing. Hug your palms a little toward one another and close your eyes to feel the softness in the low belly, to feel the softness of the breath. Let your body really receive every exhalation so that you can melt and sink even more. Start to press down. Make your way back up through a tabletop, and then we'll come down to a seat, coming back into Sukhasana, and we'll meet here, closing our practice today with a little bit of breathing. Find a really nice, spacious, wide open Sukhasana here, and palms again can face up or down, whatever you prefer. Close your eyes. Feel for a moment the effects of your breath and your movement so far. Notice if you have more space to breathe through the ribs, through the heart. Now take an inhalation through your nose and an exhalation through your nose. Breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top of the breath. Lift your pelvic floor. Tuck your chin slightly toward your chest and retain the breath, filling the torso. And then slowly, smoothly exhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Retain the breath, but let it be a really soft, relaxed retention. So shoulders are soft, face is soft. And then breathe out through your nose for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top of the breath, relaxing through the retention. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep breathing with this pattern. If you'd like to increase the breath count to a count of 5, or maybe gradually working to a count of 6, feel free to do that. But see how much you can focus on the smoothness of the breath so that it's not like a choppy inhalation and there's nowhere where the breath gets stuck. There's no hindrance to the flow. With every breath retention, feel the fullness of the chest, the fullness of the ribs, feeling your body just filled up with prana, life force. Take one more round of breath wherever you are. When you're ready, and just take some natural, intuitive breaths in and out through your nose, letting go of any breath count, any retention. And listen in once again, feeling the physical body, feeling the way that breath and body interact, and noticing any effects of your breath and your movement. Maybe they're really subtle shifts, maybe more obvious ones, doesn't matter. And just see what you can observe. And you're welcome to stay here seated, maybe breathing more, or just listening in. Or if you'd like to come down into a shavasana lying on your back, feel free to do that as well. I will leave you here for this practice. I hope that you're feeling good in your body. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member. Both of these really help to support me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon in the next class. Bye.